Zainul Abidin. The mind behind the code. Challenges and solutions for developers. 1. The life of a developer. Software development is one of the fastest growing professions today. It offers immense opportunities, creativity, and financial rewards, but also comes with unique pressures. Developers must constantly learn, adapt, and perform in highly dynamic environments. This chapter explores the reality of being a developer, with real-world examples and key insights into the challenges and rewards of this career. 1.1 The modern developer landscape. The tech industry is booming. According to the Stack Overflow Developer Survey 2024, developers report long hours, constant skill updates, and high pressure to deliver projects on time. Real-world expectations. Continuous learning, new frameworks, libraries, and tools emerge every year. Tight deadlines, software projects often demand quick turnarounds. Multitasking, developers juggle coding, meetings, client communications, and team management. Real-world example 1. At a startup like Stripe, junior developers are often expected to handle back-end and front-end tasks, integrate APIs, and contribute to production systems within their first few months. The learning curve is steep, and mistakes can impact millions of users. Real-world example 2. At large companies such as Google, senior engineers handle multiple high-impact projects, mentorship, and technical leadership. Even with experience, the sheer volume of responsibility can cause stress and fatigue. Key insight. Being a developer is not just about coding. It requires adaptability, problem solving, and the ability to manage stress effectively in a fast-paced environment. 1.2 A day in the life of a developer. Developers' daily routines differ depending on the environment: startup, corporate, freelance, or remote. Example: startup developer. 9 a.m., daily stand-up meeting. 10 a.m., debugging production issues. 1 p.m., lunch. 2 p.m., writing new features. 6 p.m., client presentation. 8 p.m., learning new frameworks. Real-world insight. Developers at companies like Airbnb often have all-hands project deadlines where every team member's contribution directly affects product release. Example: freelance developer. Freelancers on platforms like Upwork must manage multiple client projects, track invoices, and communicate asynchronously across time zones. While flexible, freelancing demands extreme self-discipline. Key insight. The nature of a developer's work varies, but mental load and stress are universal. Planning, discipline, and boundaries are essential for long-term success. 1.3 Common challenges developers face. Developers encounter recurring issues in their careers. Imposter syndrome, feeling unqualified despite achievements. Common at all experience levels, from junior developers to tech leads. Constant learning pressure. Technologies change rapidly, requiring continuous upskilling. Work-life imbalance, extended work hours, deadlines, and client expectations interfere with personal life. Isolation, remote developers and freelancers may experience loneliness and lack of team support. Career uncertainty, layoffs, contract instability, or unplanned changes can create stress. Real-world examples. Imposter syndrome. Many developers at Facebook have reported doubting their skills when starting on high-profile projects, despite prior experience. Work-life imbalance. Developers at crunch-based startups often face crunch time, working 12 to 14 hours to meet deadlines. Key insight. Recognizing these challenges is the first step toward adopting coping strategies and building a sustainable career. 1.4 Rewards and fulfillment in development. Despite challenges, development offers significant rewards. Creative fulfillment, building software that impacts millions of users. Career opportunities, freelancing, entrepreneurship, open source contribution, or corporate growth. Skill mastery, continuous learning enhances expertise and career mobility. Real-world examples. Creative impact. Developers at Spotify contribute to features used by millions worldwide. Open source contribution. Engineers contributing to TensorFlow or React gain recognition and career opportunities globally. Key insight. While challenging, the sense of accomplishment and real-world impact often outweighs stress, motivating developers to persevere. 1.5 Why mental health matters from day one. Stress and workload without proper coping mechanisms can lead to burnout, anxiety, and decreased productivity. Mental health is critical for sustainable growth. Practical strategies. Take daily breaks and step away from screens. Engage in hobbies outside work, music, sports, or creative arts. Seek mentorship, peer support, or join developer communities. Real-world example. Developers at GitHub have shared stories of burnout from overworking during product launches. Structured routines, therapy, and team support help them regain balance and productivity. Key insight. Mental health is as important as technical skill. Prioritizing it early ensures long-term professional success. 2. Mental health in tech. Mental health is a critical yet often overlooked aspect of a developer's career. The fast-paced, high-pressure environment of tech companies and freelancing can lead to burnout, anxiety, depression, and other stress-related issues. This chapter explores these challenges, real-world experiences, and actionable strategies to maintain well-being while thriving in the tech industry. 2.1 Understanding mental health challenges in tech. Developers face unique mental health challenges due to the nature of their work. Burnout, chronic stress from long hours, tight deadlines, or overwork. Imposter syndrome, feeling like a fraud despite measurable achievements. Anxiety and depression, stemming from work pressure, isolation, or lack of support. Decision fatigue, constant problem solving and prioritization leads to mental exhaustion. Real-world example. Facebook, Meta, engineers report high levels of stress when working on complex features impacting millions of users. Continuous tight deadlines contributed to burnout among some teams. Key insight. Awareness of these challenges is the first step toward prevention and management. Mental health is not a luxury, it's a necessity for career longevity. 2.2 Burnout, causes and effects. Definition. Burnout is physical and emotional exhaustion caused by prolonged stress. It affects focus, creativity, and productivity. Causes in tech. Long working hours during product launches. Unclear job expectations or shifting priorities. High workload without proper breaks. Real-world example. Startup engineers during crunch time at companies like Crunchbase. Listed startups often work 12 to 16 hours per day to meet deadlines. Many report exhaustion, poor sleep, and emotional stress. Signs of burnout. Fatigue, irritability, or lack of motivation. Decreased productivity and quality of work. Emotional detachment from work or colleagues. Actionable solutions. Set clear work boundaries and respect personal time. Break tasks into smaller, achievable goals. Take short, frequent breaks, Pomodoro technique. Seek professional help if symptoms persist. Key insight. Burnout is preventable when developers balance workload, take breaks, and maintain self-care routines. 2.3 Imposter syndrome among developers. Many developers, from juniors to tech leads, experience self-doubt, feeling they don't belong or aren't skilled enough. Real-world example. Junior engineers at Google and Microsoft often report imposter syndrome during their first months, doubting their contributions despite strong performance reviews. Open source contributors may feel inadequate when comparing themselves to more experienced developers on platforms like GitHub. Strategies to overcome imposter syndrome. Track achievements, maintain a personal portfolio or list of completed projects. Seek mentorship from experienced colleagues. Participate in collaborative projects to gain confidence. Practice positive self-talk and acknowledge small wins. Key insight. Imposter syndrome is common in high-achieving fields. Acknowledging it and building support systems mitigates its negative effects. 2.4 Remote work and isolation. Remote work offers flexibility but can contribute to mental strain and social isolation. Challenges. Lack of in-person interaction with teammates. Difficulty separating work and personal life. Feeling disconnected from company culture. Real-world example. During the COVID-19 pandemic, developers at companies like GitHub and Slack reported feelings of loneliness and anxiety due to long-term remote work. Strategies to stay connected. Schedule virtual coffee breaks or team chats. Participate in developer communities online, Reddit, Stack Overflow, Discord. Maintain a clear schedule separating work hours from personal time. Key insight. Isolation can affect mental health and productivity. Intentional social interaction and structured routines help maintain balance. 2.5 Coping with anxiety and stress. Developers often face pressure from deadlines, client expectations, and high cognitive demands. Unmanaged stress can lead to anxiety or reduced problem-solving ability. Real-world example. Engineers at Amazon Web Services, AWS, reported anxiety during large-scale product launches due to high responsibility and impact on millions of users. Actionable techniques. Mindfulness and meditation. Apps like Headspace or Calm help reduce stress. Exercise. Regular physical activity improves mood and mental clarity. Time management. Use tools like Trello, Notion, or Pomodoro timers. Peer support. Discuss challenges with colleagues or online developer communities. Key insight. Stress is inevitable, but structured routines, self-care, and support networks improve resilience and long-term mental health. 2.6 Company culture and mental health support. The environment plays a crucial role in a developer's mental well-being. Supportive companies recognize the importance of mental health. Real-world examples. Salesforce offers mental health days, counseling services, and wellness programs for developers. Spotify emphasizes employee flexibility, access to therapy, and encourages open discussion about burnout and stress. Key insight. Organizations that prioritize mental health improve productivity, retention, and overall employee satisfaction. 3. Industry pressures. The tech industry is competitive, fast evolving, and full of opportunities, but with high rewards come significant pressures. This chapter examines the realities of working in tech, the expectations placed on developers, and strategies to thrive in a challenging environment. 3.1 The high-stakes nature of the tech industry. The tech industry moves at a rapid pace. Companies continuously innovate, release products, and compete globally. Developers are often at the center of this pressure. Real-world example. At Tesla, software teams work under tight deadlines to release updates for autonomous driving systems. A single bug can have wide-reaching consequences. At Amazon, developers must maintain high-performance metrics while managing complex cloud systems that serve millions of users daily. Key insight. High industry stakes demand not only technical skills but also resilience, adaptability, and strategic thinking. 3.2 Expectations from developers. Modern developers face expectations beyond writing code. Delivering high-quality, bug-free products rapidly. Mastering multiple technologies simultaneously. Contributing to innovation and product improvement. Mentoring juniors and supporting team dynamics. Real-world example. Facebook engineers must not only implement features but also ensure scalability, security, and user engagement, often juggling multiple responsibilities. Key insight. Success in tech requires continuous learning, multitasking, and strong communication skills, not just coding ability. 3.3 Freelancers and contract developers. Freelancers enjoy flexibility but face unique pressures. Constantly finding new clients and projects. Negotiating rates and contracts. Handling taxes, invoices, and administrative work alone. Managing deadlines across different time zones. Real-world example. Freelancers on Upwork or TopTal often manage 3 to 5 projects simultaneously. Missing a deadline can harm reputation and income. Key insight. Freelancing offers freedom, but success requires discipline, organization, and business skills. 3.4 Startups versus large companies. Startups. Pros: fast learning, innovation, ownership of projects. Cons: long hours, high stress, unstable income, frequent pivots. Example. Engineers at early-stage startups often work 12 to 16-hour days during product launches. Rewards come from experience and potential equity gains, but stress is high. Large companies. Pros: stability, structured career growth, benefits. Cons: bureaucracy, slower decision-making, less ownership of projects. Example. Developers at Microsoft or Google work in specialized roles. They benefit from stability and resources but may feel disconnected from the final product impact. Key insight. Understanding your work environment and aligning it with your career goals is crucial for satisfaction and success. 3.5 Industry trends and pressure to upskill. Tech evolves rapidly. Developers must constantly learn new languages, frameworks, and tools to remain relevant. Real-world example. A front-end developer skilled in Angular must learn React or Vue to meet market demand. Cloud engineers need ongoing certifications for AWS, Azure, or GCP to stay competitive. Key insight. Continuous learning is not optional, it is essential for career longevity and marketability. 3.6 Coping strategies for industry pressure. Developers can manage industry pressures effectively with proactive strategies. Prioritize tasks, focus on high-impact work first. Set realistic goals, avoid overcommitting on timelines. Seek mentorship, guidance from experienced professionals helps navigate career paths. Work-life balance, maintain personal time, hobbies, and relationships. Mental health practices, meditation, exercise, and counseling improve resilience. Real-world example. At Spotify, employees are encouraged to take focus days without meetings to recharge and complete deep work. This improves productivity and reduces burnout. Key insight. Managing pressure proactively allows developers to perform better, innovate, and maintain long-term career satisfaction. 4. Freelancing and independent work. Freelancing and independent work have become increasingly popular in the tech industry. Developers can work from anywhere, choose their projects, and earn competitive income. However, freelancing also brings unique challenges, from client management to income instability. This chapter explores how to succeed as a freelance developer and navigate the independent work lifestyle. 4.1 Why developers choose freelancing. Developers pursue freelancing for various reasons. Flexibility, set your own schedule and work from anywhere. Variety of projects, opportunity to work on diverse industries and technologies. Higher earning potential, skilled freelancers can earn more than full-time employees. Autonomy, control over the types of projects and clients. Real-world example. Developers on Upwork or TopTal often work for clients worldwide. Experienced full-stack developers can earn $50, $150/hour depending on skill and project scope. Key insight. Freelancing offers freedom and variety, but it also requires self-discipline, business acumen, and consistent client management. 4.2 Challenges of freelancing. Freelancers face unique pressures that full-time employees may not experience. Income instability, projects may end abruptly, leading to gaps in income. Client management, negotiating rates, handling revisions, and resolving conflicts can be stressful. Isolation, working alone can lead to loneliness and lack of collaboration. Overwork, Freelancers may take on too many projects to maintain income. Administrative tasks, taxes, invoices, and legal contracts are the freelancer's responsibility. Real-world example. Jane, a freelance front-end developer on Upwork, managed 3 projects simultaneously. While she earned well, late-night client calls and constant deadlines led to fatigue and stress. Key insight. Freelancing requires not only technical skills but also time management, communication, and business organization skills. 4.3 Platforms and opportunities. Freelancers have many platforms to find work. Upwork, large global client base, good for beginners and intermediates. TopTal, selective platform for experienced developers with higher pay. Fiverr, focuses on micro projects, good for niche services. Freelancer.com, offers competitive projects across industries. Real-world example. Full-stack developers on TopTal can work with clients like Airbnb or Shopify, earning high rates while managing their schedules independently. Key insight. Choosing the right platform and niche is critical to maximizing income and maintaining a sustainable workflow. 4.4 Managing freelance projects effectively. Successful freelancers treat freelancing like a business. Key strategies include time management. Use tools like Trello, Notion, or ClickUp to track tasks. Set boundaries. Define working hours to prevent overwork. Contracts and agreements. Always have clear contracts specifying deliverables, timelines, and payment terms. Client communication. Maintain transparency, provide updates, and manage expectations. Skill development. Keep learning new technologies to remain competitive. Real-world example. Sam, a freelance mobile developer, schedules client updates every Monday and avoids weekend work. Clear boundaries improve productivity and mental health. Key insight. Freelancing is sustainable only with structured workflows, professional communication, and disciplined time management. 4.5 Freelancing and mental health. Freelancers face mental health risks due to isolation, workload, and client pressure. Actionable tips. Schedule regular breaks and exercise. Join online communities, example Stack Overflow, Discord, for support. Separate workspace from living space to maintain boundaries. Track earnings and workload to reduce financial anxiety. Real-world example. Developers in remote freelance communities report improved mental health when they maintain a routine and interact regularly with peers online. Key insight. Mental health is a critical factor for freelance success. Structured routines, community support, and self-care prevent burnout and stress. 4.6 Pros and cons of freelancing. Pros. Flexible schedule and location independence. Opportunity to work on diverse and exciting projects. Potentially higher income compared to full-time jobs. Autonomy in choosing clients and projects. Cons. Income instability and unpredictability. Client management challenges and conflicts. Isolation and lack of team support. Responsibility for all administrative tasks. Key insight. Freelancing is not for everyone. Success depends on balancing freedom with responsibility and maintaining strong mental, technical, and business skills. 5. Career growth and skill development. The tech industry is dynamic and constantly evolving. Developers who want long-term success must focus on continuous skill development and deliberate career growth. This chapter explores how to identify opportunities, enhance skills, and navigate career paths effectively, with real-world examples and practical strategies. 5.1 The importance of continuous learning. Technology evolves rapidly. New frameworks, tools, and methodologies emerge constantly. Developers must adapt to remain relevant. Real-world example. Front-end developers skilled in AngularJS had to learn React or Vue as market demand shifted. Those who adapted quickly were able to secure high-paying roles and remain competitive. Cloud engineers regularly update certifications for AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud Platform, GCP, to stay employable in large tech firms. Key insight: continuous learning is not optional, it is critical for career longevity and advancement. 5.2 Identifying career goals. Successful developers define clear career goals and plan their growth path. Steps to identify goals. Self-assessment: identify strengths, weaknesses, and areas of interest. Industry research: understand market demand and emerging technologies. Skill gap analysis: determine what skills are needed for your desired role. Goal setting: set short-term and long-term goals, example becoming a senior developer, team lead, or tech entrepreneur. Real-world example: Jane, a software engineer, wanted to become a cloud solutions architect. She mapped out a 2-year plan, earned AWS certifications, and gained relevant project experience. Within 2 years, she achieved her career goal. Key insight: clarity in career goals helps developers focus on relevant skills, gain experience efficiently, and advance faster. 5.3 Upskilling and specialization. Specializing in high-demand areas can accelerate career growth. Examples include data science and AI, Python, TensorFlow, PyTorch. Cloud computing, AWS, Azure, GCP. Cybersecurity, ethical hacking, security protocols. Full-stack development, JavaScript, React, Node.js. Real-world example: developers specializing in AI and machine learning at Google DeepMind have highly sought-after skills, allowing them to work on innovative projects and receive competitive compensation. Key insight: specialization combined with continuous learning positions developers as experts in their fields, opening doors to high-impact roles and leadership opportunities. 5.4 Networking and mentorship. Career growth is not only about skills, relationships are equally important. Networking: connect with industry professionals via LinkedIn, conferences, and online communities. Mentorship: seek guidance from experienced professionals to accelerate learning, receive feedback, and navigate challenges. Real-world example: many successful developers at Microsoft attribute promotions and project opportunities to mentorship programs and professional networks that guided their career decisions. Key insight: building relationships and learning from mentors amplifies growth opportunities beyond technical expertise. 5.5 Handling promotions and career transitions. Career advancement involves moving from one role to another, often with more responsibility. Developers must navigate transitions carefully. Document achievements, track completed projects, measurable outcomes, and innovations. Communicate ambitions, discuss career goals with managers or mentors. Seek leadership opportunities, lead projects, mentor juniors, or contribute to strategic initiatives. Real-world example: at Spotify, engineers who actively led initiatives and contributed to cross-team projects were fast-tracked into managerial and lead developer roles. Key insight: career growth is proactive. Developers who strategically plan, communicate, and demonstrate impact advance faster. 5.6 Balancing skill development and mental health. Upskilling and career growth should not come at the cost of mental health. Practical strategies: schedule regular learning sessions without compromising rest. Set realistic milestones for mastering new skills. Balance intensive skill development with hobbies, exercise, and social interaction. Real-world example: developers at GitHub take learning days for personal development without meetings, which improves productivity and reduces burnout. Key insight: sustainable career growth combines continuous learning with mental well-being. 6. Balancing work, life, and mental health, strategies for sustainable success. In the fast-paced world of tech, developers often struggle to maintain a healthy balance between work and personal life. Long hours, tight deadlines, and remote work can lead to burnout and stress. This chapter explores practical strategies to achieve work-life balance while sustaining productivity and mental well-being. 6.1 The challenge of work-life balance. Developers frequently face overlapping professional and personal responsibilities. Tight project deadlines requiring long hours. Remote work blurring boundaries between office and home. Continuous learning expectations and side projects. Real-world example. Developers at Crunchbase startups often reported working late nights and weekends during product launches, leading to stress, fatigue, and strained personal relationships. Even at large firms like Google, employees in high-impact teams have described difficulty disconnecting from work despite structured schedules. Key insight. Without clear boundaries, prolonged stress negatively affects mental health, productivity, and personal life satisfaction. 6.2 Setting boundaries and schedules. Creating structured routines is essential for balance. Define work hours, set start and end times, even when working remotely. Use a dedicated workspace, keep work separate from living areas to create mental separation. Schedule breaks, short breaks improve focus and reduce fatigue. Time blocking, allocate dedicated slots for work, learning, and personal activities. Real-world example. At Spotify, employees use focus days without meetings to work uninterrupted, allowing time for deep work while avoiding burnout. Key insight. Clear boundaries and structured routines protect mental health and enhance productivity. 6.3 Prioritizing health and wellness. Physical and mental wellness are foundational for sustainable performance. Exercise regularly, even 30 minutes a day improves mood and focus. Sleep adequately, aim for 7 to 9 hours per night. Nutrition, balanced meals support energy and concentration. Mindfulness practices, meditation, breathing exercises, or journaling reduce stress. Real-world example. Developers at Microsoft use wellness programs offering meditation, yoga, and fitness incentives to manage stress and improve overall health. Key insight. Investing in physical and mental wellness pays off in productivity, creativity, and long-term career sustainability. 6.4 Managing stress and avoiding burnout. Even with balance, stress is inevitable. Developers can mitigate it with proactive strategies. Identify stressors, recognize tasks or situations causing excessive pressure. Delegate or communicate, share responsibilities with teammates or request help. Digital detox, reduce screen time after work hours. Professional support, seek counseling or therapy if stress becomes unmanageable. Real-world example. Engineers at GitHub experiencing burnout were encouraged to take mental health days and attend wellness workshops, improving recovery and productivity. Key insight. Stress management is an ongoing practice, not a one-time fix. Awareness and proactive measures prevent burnout. 6.5 Leveraging flexibility in tech. Remote work and flexible schedules, when managed correctly, enhance work-life balance. Set expectations with employers/clients, communicate availability and boundaries clearly. Create routines, maintain consistent start times, breaks, and end-of-day rituals. Time zone management, for remote work across zones, plan overlapping hours wisely. Real-world example. Freelance developers on TopTool schedule client calls strategically, leaving blocks of uninterrupted work time for deep focus, personal learning, and rest. Key insight. Flexibility in tech is an advantage only when boundaries and schedules are intentionally maintained. 6.6 Hobbies and social connections. A fulfilling personal life prevents isolation and burnout. Maintain hobbies outside tech, music, sports, art, reading. Spend time with family and friends regularly. Join developer communities or interest groups to socialize and learn simultaneously. Real-world example. Many developers in remote-first companies like GitLab participate in virtual hobby groups or local meetups to maintain social connections and reduce isolation. Key insight: a well-rounded personal life complements professional success and enhances mental resilience. 7. Navigating the freelance and industry job market, strategies for developers. Whether seeking a full-time role in a tech company or pursuing freelancing opportunities, developers face a highly competitive job market. Success requires more than coding skills. It demands strategic planning, personal branding, and effective networking. This chapter explores how developers can navigate the job market, secure opportunities, and build sustainable careers. 7.1 Understanding the job market. The tech job market is dynamic, with demand for developers fluctuating across industries, locations, and technologies. Key trends: high demand, software engineers, cloud developers, AI/ML specialists, and cybersecurity experts are highly sought after. Remote opportunities: companies worldwide hire remote talent, expanding possibilities beyond local markets. Freelance growth: platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, and TopTal offer diverse freelance opportunities. Real-world example: a full-stack developer in Pakistan can secure remote work with US-based startups on TopTal, earning competitive salaries despite local market conditions. Key insight: understanding market trends helps developers align their skills with high-demand areas and maximize opportunities. 7.2 Crafting a competitive resume and portfolio. Developers must showcase technical expertise, project experience, and impact. Tips for resume: highlight measurable achievements, example improved app performance by 35%. Emphasize relevant technologies and frameworks. Tailor resumes to each role or client. Portfolio development: maintain GitHub or GitLab repositories demonstrating real projects. Include live demos, documentation, and technical explanations. Highlight teamwork, problem solving, and project outcomes. Real-world example: a junior developer at Stripe got hired due to a strong GitHub portfolio showing contributions to open-source projects and personal applications. Key insight: a well-crafted portfolio and resume distinguish candidates in competitive markets, especially for remote or freelance roles. 7.3 Networking and personal branding. Professional connections and visibility significantly enhance career prospects. LinkedIn: share projects, write articles, and engage in industry discussions. Developer communities: contribute to Stack Overflow, GitHub, Reddit, or Discord communities. Conferences and meetups: attend tech events to meet peers and potential employers. Personal branding: establish expertise through blogs, open source contributions, and tutorials. Real-world example: engineers contributing to React or TensorFlow open source projects often receive job offers or freelance invitations from global companies due to visibility and reputation. Key insight: networking and personal branding create opportunities beyond traditional applications and increase trust among clients and employers. 7.4 Navigating freelance opportunities. Freelancers must approach the job market strategically. Platform selection: choose platforms that match skill level and desired income, Upwork for beginners, TopTal for experienced professionals. Client vetting: evaluate project requirements, deadlines, and payment terms before committing. Proposal writing: craft personalized proposals highlighting skills, relevant experience, and deliverables. Real-world example: a full-stack freelancer on Upwork selectively applied to projects in AI development, gradually building a reputation that allowed higher rates and long-term client contracts. Key insight: freelancers who approach the market strategically, focusing on quality over quantity, achieve long-term success and stability. 7.5 Interview and negotiation strategies. Developers need technical proficiency and soft skills to succeed. Technical preparation: master data structures, algorithms, and relevant technologies. Soft skills: communicate clearly, demonstrate problem solving, and show teamwork abilities. Negotiation: research market rates, know your value, and negotiate compensation confidently. Real-world example. During interviews at Amazon, candidates face behavioral and technical rounds. Developers who prepare using real-world coding problems and STAR, situation, task, action, result, storytelling perform better and negotiate higher packages. Key insight. Preparation, technical mastery, and confident negotiation distinguish top candidates in competitive interviews. 7.6 Career transitions and growth. Developers may transition between freelance and industry roles, or between different tech specializations. Skill alignment: ensure skills match target roles or projects. Networking: leverage connections to explore opportunities. Documentation: keep track of achievements, certifications, and projects to strengthen applications. Real-world example. A backend developer transitioned to AI/ML by taking online courses, building relevant projects, and networking in AI communities. Within a year, they secured a role at a tech startup. Key insight. Career transitions require proactive learning, networking, and documentation of skills and achievements. 8. Industry trends and the future of tech careers. The tech industry is constantly evolving, driven by new technologies, market demands, and global shifts. Developers who anticipate trends, adapt quickly, and future-proof their skills can thrive in a rapidly changing environment. This chapter explores emerging trends, career implications, and strategies to stay ahead. 8.1 Emerging technologies shaping the industry. Technology is evolving rapidly, creating new opportunities and demands. Artificial intelligence and machine learning, automation, predictive analytics, and intelligent systems. Cloud computing, AWS, Azure, GCP dominate modern infrastructure. Cybersecurity, increasing threats make security expertise essential. Web3 and blockchain, decentralized apps, smart contracts, and NFTs. DevOps and automation, CI/CD pipelines and infrastructure automation for faster development cycles. Real-world example. AI specialists at OpenAI and Google DeepMind are developing solutions that impact industries from healthcare to finance, creating high-demand roles for skilled developers. Key insight. Developers who align skills with emerging technologies position themselves for high-demand, future-proof roles. 8.2 Remote work and global opportunities. Remote work has transformed career possibilities. Access to global market, developers can work for companies worldwide. Flexible work models, full-time remote, hybrid, or freelance roles are increasingly common. Cultural diversity, exposure to international teams and practices enhances skill sets. Real-world example. Developers in Pakistan and India are successfully working remotely for US and European startups, earning significantly higher income than local salaries. Key insight. Remote work expands opportunities but requires strong communication, discipline, and time management skills. 8.3 Upskilling and continuous learning for future careers. With technology evolving, continuous learning is critical. Micro-certifications, short-term, specialized courses for up-to-date skills. Online platforms, Coursera, Udemy, Pluralsight, and edX for learning emerging technologies. Hands-on projects, building real-world applications to demonstrate expertise. Real-world example. Many developers have transitioned from traditional web development to AI/ML or cloud engineering by completing online courses and building projects on GitHub. Key insight. Continuous upskilling ensures relevance in the industry and increases employability in emerging tech domains. 8.4 Freelancing and gig economy trends. The freelance and gig economy is growing rapidly. High-demand skills, AI, cloud computing, web development, cybersecurity. Platform evolution, Platforms like TopTal, Fiverr Pro, and Upwork provide high-value freelance projects. Hybrid models, many developers combine full-time roles with freelance side projects. Real-world example. A blockchain developer may work full-time for a startup while contributing to freelance smart contract projects on Fiverr or TopTal, diversifying income streams. Key insight. Developers who leverage freelance opportunities alongside full-time roles gain flexibility, income diversity, and skill expansion. 8.5 Preparing for automation and AI impact. AI and automation are reshaping developer roles. Code generation tools. AI tools like GitHub Copilot assist developers but do not replace critical thinking. Focus on creativity and problem solving. Developers must focus on system design, architecture, and innovation rather than repetitive tasks. Soft skills matter more. Communication, collaboration, and leadership remain essential. Real-world example. Developers using AI-assisted coding tools at Microsoft and Google increase productivity but still require domain expertise to validate outputs. Key insight. Embracing AI and automation as productivity tools, not threats, ensures developers remain valuable in the industry. 8.6 Strategic career planning for the future. Developers can future-proof their careers with strategic planning. Identify emerging technologies, align skills with high-growth areas. Diversify skills, combine technical expertise with soft skills, business knowledge, or management capabilities. Network globally, build connections to access global opportunities. Maintain mental health. Sustainable growth requires well-being alongside skill development. Real-world example. A front-end developer who learned React, TypeScript, and AWS became highly sought after for both full-time and freelance projects, ensuring career stability despite industry shifts. Key insight. Future-proofing a career requires foresight, adaptability, and continuous self-improvement. 9. Overcoming challenges and staying motivated. Every developer faces challenges: technical, personal, and professional. The difference between success and stagnation lies in resilience, mindset, and motivation. This chapter explores strategies for overcoming obstacles, staying motivated, and turning challenges into growth opportunities. 9.1 Common challenges developers face. Developers encounter a variety of challenges across different roles. Technical challenges, complex coding problems, debugging, and keeping up with new technologies. Career challenges, job transitions, promotions, and negotiating salaries. Freelance challenges, finding clients, managing deadlines, and income unpredictability. Personal challenges, burnout, isolation, and mental health struggles. Real-world example. A developer at a fintech startup struggled to implement a new security protocol. Instead of giving up, they sought mentorship and collaborated with peers, successfully completing the project. Key insight. Challenges are inevitable. Resilience and problem-solving skills determine how developers grow from them. 9.2 Developing a growth mindset. A growth mindset allows developers to view challenges as opportunities for learning. Embrace mistakes, treat errors as lessons, not failures. Seek feedback. Constructive criticism accelerates skill development. Continuous improvement. Regularly update skills and knowledge to stay ahead. Real-world example. Engineers at Microsoft often fail during initial project iterations but use feedback loops to improve software, fostering innovation and continuous learning. Key insight. A growth mindset transforms obstacles into stepping stones for career growth. 9.3 Motivation techniques for developers. Staying motivated requires discipline and intentional strategies. Set clear goals. Break down large projects into achievable milestones. Reward yourself. Celebrate small wins to maintain momentum. Stay connected. Engage with peers, mentors, and communities for encouragement. Find purpose. Focus on meaningful projects aligned with personal or career goals. Real-world example. Developers contributing to open source projects often stay motivated by seeing their code used globally, creating a sense of purpose and accomplishment. Key insight: motivation is sustained by goal clarity, rewards, purpose, and supportive communities. 9.4 Overcoming burnout and stress. Prolonged stress can hinder motivation and productivity. Identify early signs: fatigue, irritability, or lack of focus indicate burnout. Take breaks. Short breaks during work and occasional mental health days prevent exhaustion. Delegate or collaborate. Sharing responsibilities reduces pressure. Professional support, therapy or counseling provides tools to manage stress. Real-world example: developers at GitHub who experienced burnout were encouraged to take mental health days and attend wellness workshops, significantly improving productivity and engagement. Key insight: recognizing stress early and taking proactive measures prevents burnout and maintains motivation. 9.5 Learning from setbacks. Setbacks are part of every developer's journey. The key is how they are handled. Analyze failures. Understand why a project or task failed. Adjust strategies, modify workflows, approaches, or skills as needed. Persist, avoid giving up. Resilience builds experience and confidence. Real-world example: a startup developer's first product launch failed due to market misalignment. Learning from feedback, they pivoted the product strategy, achieving success in the next iteration. Key insight: setbacks are opportunities for reflection, learning, and growth. Persistence transforms failures into achievements. 9.6 Building a support system. A strong support system is critical for overcoming challenges. Mentors provide guidance, advice, and perspective. Peer groups offer encouragement, accountability, and shared learning. Professional communities, online forums and networks provide problem-solving and emotional support. Real-world example: freelancers in tech communities like Discord developer servers share tips, troubleshoot issues together, and provide motivation during tough projects. Key insight: support systems amplify resilience, motivation, and overall career satisfaction. 10. Mental health and emotional intelligence in tech. Developers face high-pressure environments, tight deadlines, and constant learning demands. Mental health and emotional intelligence, EQ, are crucial for sustaining productivity, building strong professional relationships, and achieving long-term career success. This chapter explores strategies to maintain mental wellness and develop emotional intelligence in the tech industry. 10.1 Understanding mental health in tech. Mental health challenges among developers are common due to high workload, continuous coding, debugging, and learning new technologies. Isolation, remote work or solo freelancing can lead to loneliness. Performance pressure, meeting deadlines and client expectations. Real-world example: a survey by Stack Overflow found that over 50% of developers experience burnout at some point, highlighting the importance of mental wellness. Key insight: recognizing mental health as a critical aspect of career success is the first step toward resilience and sustainable productivity. 10.2 Emotional intelligence, EQ, and its importance. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions and those of others. Key components: self-awareness, understanding your emotions, triggers, and stress points. Self-regulation, controlling reactions, staying calm under pressure. Empathy, understanding colleagues' or clients' perspectives. Social skills, building relationships, communicating effectively, and resolving conflicts. Real-world example: developers at Google often participate in EQ training workshops to improve teamwork, communication, and leadership effectiveness. Key insight: high emotional intelligence enhances collaboration, reduces conflicts, and supports mental well-being. 10.3 Coping strategies for mental health. Developers can adopt proactive strategies to maintain mental wellness. Structured routine, set clear work hours and breaks to prevent overwork. Mindfulness practices, meditation, journaling, or deep breathing exercises. Physical activity, regular exercise improves mood and cognitive function. Professional support, therapy, counseling, or mental health apps for guidance. Real-world example. Remote developers at GitHub use focus and wellness days to maintain balance between productivity and mental well-being. Key insight. Regularly practicing mindfulness, physical activity, and structured routines prevents burnout and enhances emotional resilience. 10.4 Managing stress in high-pressure projects. Stress is inevitable, but managing it effectively is essential. Prioritize tasks, focus on high-impact work and delegate low-priority tasks. Break large projects, divide complex tasks into smaller, achievable milestones. Communicate openly, discuss deadlines, expectations, and challenges with managers or clients. Take mental breaks, short breaks or hobbies reduce stress accumulation. Real-world example. A software team at Microsoft faced tight deadlines during a product launch. By delegating responsibilities and communicating challenges early, the team successfully delivered without burnout. Key insight. Stress management involves planning, communication, and self-awareness to maintain mental balance and productivity. 10.5 Building resilience. Resilience allows developers to bounce back from setbacks and adapt to challenges. Learn from failures, reflect on mistakes without self-blame. Develop problem-solving skills, approach challenges systematically. Maintain support networks, mentors, peers, and online communities provide guidance and encouragement. Real-world example. Freelance developers often face project rejections or difficult clients. Those with strong support systems and resilience adapt, improve, and secure better opportunities. Key insight. Resilience is a skill cultivated through reflection, learning, and supportive networks, enabling long-term career sustainability. 10.6 Work-life integration and EQ. Combining work-life balance with emotional intelligence enhances overall well-being. Recognize emotional triggers, identify stressors at work and home. Set boundaries, protect personal time without guilt. Practice empathy, understand colleagues' perspectives to reduce workplace tension. Celebrate wins, acknowledge achievements to boost morale and motivation. Real-world example. Developers at Spotify maintain work-life integration through flexible schedules and supportive team culture, fostering both productivity and mental health. Key insight. Emotional intelligence combined with work-life integration creates a healthier, more productive, and sustainable career environment. 11. Financial management for developers. Financial literacy is essential for developers, whether working full-time in tech companies or freelancing. Effective financial management ensures stability, reduces stress, and allows investment in personal growth and future opportunities. This chapter explores strategies for budgeting, saving, investing, and managing freelancing income. 11.1 Understanding your income. Developers may earn income from multiple sources. Full-time employment, fixed salary, bonuses, and benefits. Freelancing, variable income depending on clients and projects. Passive income, investments, online courses, or monetized projects. Real-world example. A backend developer in India earns a full-time salary and supplements income by freelancing on Upwork, diversifying revenue streams. Key insight. Understanding all income sources allows better planning and financial stability. 11.2 Budgeting and expense management. Budgeting is the foundation of financial health. Track expenses, record monthly expenses to identify spending patterns. Set budget categories, essentials, savings, investments, leisure, and learning. Prioritize savings, allocate a percentage of income, example 20%, to savings before discretionary spending. Emergency fund, maintain at least 3 to 6 months of expenses to cover unexpected events. Real-world example. A freelance developer created a budget using apps like YNAB and Mint, allowing them to manage irregular income while saving for taxes and emergencies. Key insight. Budgeting provides control over finances and reduces stress, especially with fluctuating freelance income. 11.3 Taxes and legal compliance. Developers must comply with tax regulations to avoid penalties. Know your obligations, understand income tax requirements for salaried and freelance income. Maintain records, keep invoices, contracts, and receipts organized. Hire professionals if needed. Accountants or tax software can simplify filings. Real-world example. Freelancers working with international clients on Upwork report income to their local tax authorities, avoiding legal issues and ensuring smooth operations. Key insight. Proper tax management is crucial for long-term financial security and peace of mind. 11.4 Saving and investing. Financial growth requires saving and investing wisely. High-interest savings accounts keep emergency funds liquid. Mutual funds and ETFs, diversified investment options for medium to long-term growth. Retirement plans contribute to retirement savings early for compounding benefits. Crypto and stock markets, optional, but only with research and risk management. Real-world example. A developer in the US contributes to a 401k retirement plan and invests in index funds, building wealth over time while balancing risk. Key insight. Investing early and consistently ensures financial security and growth. 11.5 Managing freelance income. Freelancers face unique financial challenges. Irregular payments, plan budgets considering fluctuating income. Invoice management, use tools to track invoices, payments, and deadlines. Separate accounts, maintain separate accounts for personal and business finances. Plan for taxes, set aside a percentage of income for taxes and expenses. Real-world example. Freelancers on platforms like Fiverr and Toptal use accounting software like QuickBooks to manage multiple clients efficiently. Key insight. Freelancers who plan for irregular income and maintain organized finances gain stability and freedom. 11.6 Planning for career growth and investments in learning. Investing in oneself is a crucial financial strategy. Certifications, courses and certifications enhance employability and income potential. Conferences and workshops, networking and learning opportunities may require financial investment but yield high returns. Tools and software, invest in quality development tools to improve efficiency and output. Real-world example. A developer spent savings on AWS and Azure certifications, leading to higher-paying job offers and freelance opportunities. Key insight. Strategic investments in learning and skills yield long-term financial and career benefits. 12. Building a strong professional network. In the tech world, your network is more valuable than your resume. Networking opens doors to career opportunities, mentorship, collaborations, and long-term industry relationships. This chapter explores how developers can build, nurture, and leverage professional networks online and offline. 12.1 Why networking matters in tech. Developers often focus heavily on skills and forget that opportunities usually come through people. Whether you're a fresher, mid-level developer, or freelancer, a strong network gives you early access to job opportunities, mentorship and guidance, support during career transitions, industry insights and trends, collaboration possibilities. Real-world example. Many engineers at Meta and Microsoft were hired through internal referrals even before job posts were made public. Key insight. Networking amplifies your skills and opens doors you cannot reach alone. 12.2 Networking for introverted developers. Many developers are introverts, making traditional networking difficult. However, networking doesn't mean forcing extroversion, it means building meaningful, genuine connections. How introverts can network comfortably. Connect online first, then move to in-person when comfortable. Prepare conversation starters. Attend smaller meetups instead of large conferences. Focus on one-on-one relationships. Real-world example. A shy developer built a strong circle by participating gently on GitHub and Stack Overflow. Eventually, companies started approaching him for remote gigs. Key insight. Introverts excel at deep, meaningful relationships. One strong connection can change an entire career. 12.3 Online networking platforms. Online networks make it easy to connect with professionals globally. Here are the most effective platforms for developers. LinkedIn. Highlight skills, projects, and achievements. Engage with industry posts. Send polite, personalized connection messages. GitHub. Showcase your work through repositories. Contribute to open source projects. Engage with maintainers and developers. Twitter/X. Follow industry leaders. Join tech discussions. Share insights or mini threads. Discord and Slack communities. Join group discussions and Q&A channels. Network with developers working on similar tools or technologies. Real-world example. A Pakistani developer was hired by an Australian company after showcasing consistent GitHub activity and talking about his projects on Twitter. Key insight. Online networking builds a digital footprint that silently works for you every day. 12.4 Offline networking, events, meetups, and conferences. In-person networking is powerful and can lead to connections that last years. Effective places to network. Tech conferences. Hackathons. University seminars. Local developer meetups. Workshops and bootcamps. How to make an impact offline. Introduce yourself with confidence and clarity. Ask questions about others' work. Exchange LinkedIn profiles or emails on the spot. Follow up within 24 hours with a friendly message. Real-world example. A student attended a Google Developer Group, GDG, event and later landed an internship at a rising startup through a connection made there. Key insight. Showing up is the biggest advantage. Most opportunities happen face-to-face. 12.5 Mentors and Ments, finding mutual growth. A mentor provides guidance, shortcuts, and strategic advice. A mentee provides energy, fresh perspective, and loyalty. How to find a mentor. Look at senior developers you admire. Reach out politely on LinkedIn. Ask specific questions, don't overwhelm. Build a relationship slowly. How to become a mentee worth supporting. Show commitment. Apply the advice you receive. Share progress. Express gratitude. Real-world example. A junior developer connected with a senior engineer on LinkedIn, who eventually helped him prepare for interviews at a major tech company. Key insight. Mentorship accelerates your career more than any course or tutorial. 12.6 Networking as a freelancer. Freelancers depend heavily on their reputation and relationships. Networking strategies for freelancers. Keep long-term relationships with past clients. Ask for referrals politely. Join freelancing groups on Facebook, Discord, and LinkedIn. Collaborate with other freelancers on large projects. Attend local business meetups. Real-world example. A freelance UI designer in Dubai built her entire client base through referrals and returning customers, with zero marketing costs. Key insight. In freelancing, your network becomes your marketing engine. 12.7 Maintaining long-term professional relationships. Building a network is easy, maintaining it is the real skill. Tips to maintain connections. Check in occasionally, not only when you need something. Congratulate them on promotions or new roles. Share valuable resources. Offer help when possible. Be consistent in communication. Real-world example. A developer kept in touch with a former colleague, who later became a team lead and offered him a senior position years later. Key insight: long-term relationships multiply opportunities over time. 13. Career growth and long-term planning for developers. A successful career in tech isn't built on skills alone. It requires strategy, long-term planning, adaptability, and continuous learning. This chapter guides developers through building a future-proof career, choosing the right paths, setting long-term goals, and navigating industry changes without getting overwhelmed. 13.1 Understanding the long-term career landscape in tech. The tech world evolves rapidly. New frameworks appear every year, and companies shift towards modern architectures and AI-driven solutions. Long-term career planning helps developers stay relevant and grow consistently. Major career paths in tech. Front-end developer rightward arrow, senior rightward arrow, lead rightward arrow, UI/UX specialist. Backend developer rightward arrow, solutions architect rightward arrow, CTO. Mobile developer rightward arrow, cross-platform expert rightward arrow, product engineer. Data science rightward arrow, AI/ML engineer rightward arrow, research lead. DevOps rightward arrow, cloud engineer rightward arrow, infrastructure architect. Cybersecurity rightward arrow, ethical hacker rightward arrow, security consultant. Freelancer rightward arrow, agency owner rightward arrow, tech entrepreneur. Real-world example. Many senior developers at Amazon started as junior engineers and grew by consistently upskilling, mentoring others, and solving complex problems. Key insight: understanding the landscape helps developers choose paths aligned with their interests and strengths. 13.2 Setting smart career goals. Long-term success requires clear direction. SMART Goals Framework. S. Specific: become a senior backend developer specializing in microservices. M. Measurable: complete 2 certifications this year. A. Achievable: build 2 portfolio projects in the next 6 months. R. Relevant: learn Terraform because my company uses cloud automation. T. Time-bound: prepare for a new job within 12 months. Real-world example. A junior developer set a 2-year plan to master Node.js and AWS. Within 18 months, he landed a high-paying cloud engineer job. Key insight: clear goals create a roadmap that transforms effort into actual progress. 13.3 Skill growth: staying updated in a fast-changing industry. The most successful developers grow in 2 directions. 1. Vertical growth: deep expertise. Mastering a specific language or domain. Becoming a go-to expert in your team. 2. Horizontal growth: broad understanding. Learning additional technologies. Understanding DevOps, design, or business logic. Areas to invest in. Cloud technologies: AWS, Azure, GCP. AI and machine learning. Cybersecurity. Project management and leadership. Communication skills. Real-world example. Developers who learned cloud skills between 2019 to 2024 saw salary boosts up to 35% globally, according to multiple industry surveys. Key insight: deep expertise makes you irreplaceable, broad skills make you adaptable. 13.4 Building a strong portfolio. A portfolio is more important than a CV for developers. What to include? Real projects with source code. Live demos. Documentation. Screenshots or case studies. Client feedback, if freelancing. Types of projects. Real-world problem-solving apps. API-backed dashboards. Automation scripts. Open-source contributions. Real-world example. A junior developer with no degree landed a role at a startup purely based on a strong GitHub portfolio of 7 completed projects. Key insight: your portfolio showcases what you can do, not just what you say you can do. 13.5 Learning from mistakes and failures. Failures are a natural part of a tech career. Common career mistakes: sticking with outdated technologies. Ignoring soft skills. Avoiding networking. Not contributing to team discussions. Fear of switching jobs or roles. How to use failure as fuel. Reflect on what went wrong. Identify patterns. Create corrective actions. Celebrate small improvements. Real-world example. A mobile developer failed multiple interviews for iOS positions. Instead of quitting, he practiced system design, improved communication skills, and later joined a major tech company. Key insight. Failure is data, use it to grow. 13.6 The power of continuous learning. Tech rewards those who never stop learning. Ways to continue learning. Online courses, Coursera, Udemy, FreeCodeCamp. Industry certifications. Blogs, newsletters, podcasts. Open source contributions. Reading documentation, the best teacher. Learning without burnout. Set learning hours per week. Study with purpose. Avoid learning every new framework. Focus on fundamentals. Real-world example. Developers at Google spend portions of their work hours learning new tools to remain innovative. Key insight. Consistent learning beats intense, temporary learning sprints. 13.7 Knowing when to switch jobs or roles. Growth sometimes requires change. Signs you should move on. No learning or skill growth. Toxic culture. Poor management. Underpaid compared to market. No recognition or promotion. Moving strategically. Prepare your portfolio. Update your LinkedIn. Learn interview patterns. Apply selectively to aligned roles. Real-world example. Many developers doubled their salary simply by switching companies after 2 to 3 years. Key insight. Career stagnation is a silent killer move when growth stops. 13.8 Planning for a 10-year tech career. A long-term view helps avoid short-term traps. Your 10-year plan should include technical roadmap, which stack or domain to master. Financial roadmap, savings plus investments. Networking goals. Leadership or entrepreneurship goals. Work-life balance plan. Real-world example. A developer with a 10-year plan moved from junior rightward arrow senior rightward arrow lead rightward arrow architect because he had a structured approach to skill growth and leadership. Key insight. A well-planned career grows on purpose, not by accident. 14. Work-life balance and healthy productivity for developers. Developers often struggle with finding balance due to long hours, tight deadlines, constant learning expectations, and high mental load. Achieving work-life balance isn't about reducing work, it's about working smarter, protecting your energy, and building healthy routines that support long-term success. This chapter explores how developers can stay productive without burning out, maintain well-being, and create sustainable daily habits. 14.1 The nature of developer work, why balance is hard. Tech roles are mentally demanding. Continuous problem solving. Frequent task switching. Tight deadlines. Pressure to stay updated. Complex debugging sessions. Remote work leading to blurred boundaries. Real-world example. A full-stack developer working remotely for a US company found himself working late nights because he didn't set boundaries. Over time, he developed burnout symptoms and had to take a 2-month break. Key insight. Developer work is high intensity, without balance, burnout becomes inevitable. 14.2 Understanding healthy productivity. Productivity is not about doing more, it's about doing the right things without harming mental health. Healthy productivity principles. Work with focus, not longer hours. Break tasks into manageable sections. Use short breaks to reset your mind. Avoid multitasking. Prioritize tasks daily. Real-world example. Many developers at top companies like Microsoft use the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes focused work plus 5 minutes break. This increases coding efficiency by maintaining mental freshness. Key insight: real productivity is measured in output quality, not hours worked. 14.3 Avoiding burnout, early warning signs. Burnout is common in tech, but it can be prevented if signs are recognized early. Early symptoms: constant fatigue, lack of motivation, irritability or mood swings, difficulty concentrating, feeling disconnected from work, reduced creativity, avoiding tasks due to mental exhaustion. Real-world example: a back-end engineer ignored burnout symptoms for months. Eventually, he quit his job abruptly. After recovery, he changed his work habits, creating boundaries and scheduling breaks. Key insight: burnout doesn't appear suddenly, it builds silently. Early awareness prevents long-term damage. 14.4 Strategies for maintaining work-life balance. Balance requires intentional habits. Below are proven strategies for developers. 1. Set work boundaries. Clear start and end times. No work-related chats after hours. Separate work devices if possible. Avoid unnecessary overtime. 2. Use time blocking. Schedule coding, emails, meetings, learning, and breaks in separate blocks. 3. Take quality breaks. Go for a short walk. Stretch to release tension. Refresh your eyes, 20-20-20 rule. 4. Protect weekends or one day of the week. A weekly recharge day improves long-term mental performance. Real-world example: a mobile developer working from home sets no work after 7 p.m. and spends evenings on hobbies. His productivity during work hours doubled. Key insight: balance is built through daily habits, not occasional vacations. 14.5 Healthy routines for developers. Developers need routines that protect mental and physical energy. Morning routine ideas: light exercise or stretching, meditation or deep breathing. Review the day's to-do list. Eat energy-supportive breakfast. Work routine ideas: 2 to 3 long focus sessions per day. Short breaks every 45 minutes. Avoid checking emails constantly. Declutter work desk. Evening routine ideas: disconnect from screens. Spend time with family. Learn something light, not heavy coding. Prepare for the next day. Real-world example: a React developer adopted a routine of morning walks plus scheduled learning hours. Within a year, his productivity improved and stress levels dropped. Key insight: healthy routines power consistent performance. 14.6 Mental health strategies for developers. Coding is mentally taxing. Protecting mental health is essential. Strategies to improve mental well-being: mindfulness or meditation 10 minutes daily. Journaling for clarity. Talking about stress with trusted people. Seeking therapy when needed. Limiting social media. Taking vacations without guilt. Work-related mental health tips: ask for help when stuck. Say no to unrealistic deadlines. Take mental health days if needed. Communicate workload issues early. Real-world example: a developer at a startup began therapy after experiencing burnout. This helped him manage anxiety, improve communication, and regain confidence at work. Key insight: mental health care is not weakness, it's part of a developer's toolkit. 14.7 Physical health considerations for developers. Long sitting hours and screen time impact physical health. Physical health practices: stretch every hour. Use ergonomic chairs. Consider a standing desk. Stay hydrated. Exercise at least 3 times per week. Protect your eyes using blue light filters. Real-world example: developers at Apple are encouraged to use standing desks to reduce back issues and improve focus. Key insight: strong physical health supports strong mental performance. 14.8 Remote work challenges and solutions. Developers often work remotely, but it comes with challenges. Challenges: blurred work-life boundaries, isolation, overworking, poor time structure, reduced communication clarity. Solutions: dedicated workspace, scheduled breaks, regular team check-ins, work-life boundary alarms, social interaction outside work. Real-world example: a remote DevOps engineer set up a separate room for work and saw immediate improvements in focus and work-life separation. Key insight: remote work can be empowering if structured intentionally. 14.9 Hobbies and creative outlets for balance. Developers with hobbies perform better at work. Great hobbies for developers: music, art or writing, gaming, gym or sports, photography, coding. Side projects, only if it's fun, not forced. Real-world example: a stressed developer started learning guitar. Within weeks, his mood and creativity improved significantly. Key insight: a life outside code strengthens your performance inside code. 15. The future of developers: AI, automation, and the evolving tech landscape. The world of software development is changing faster than ever. Artificial intelligence, automation, cloud computing, no-code platforms, and global remote work are reshaping how developers work, learn, and build. For many developers, this change feels exciting but also uncertain and intimidating. Will AI replace developers? Will jobs shrink? Or will developers simply evolve? This chapter explains the realities, not the fears: how the developer role is transforming, what new skills are becoming essential, and how to stay relevant in the next decade. 1. The rise of AI in development. AI is not just a tool, it has become a collaborator. Tools like GitHub Copilot, ChatGPT, and automated code generators can write code, detect bugs, improve existing code, generate documentation, automate testing. Real-world example: GitHub Copilot now writes up to 40% of code for some developers in Microsoft and GitHub internal teams. It accelerates workflows but still requires developer supervision. What AI cannot replace: creativity, problem solving, system design, human judgment, ethical decision making, understanding user needs. Key insight: AI increases developer productivity, it does not eliminate the need for developers. Instead, it eliminates repetitive tasks. 2. Automation and the changing programmer role. Automation is taking over. CI/CD pipelines, automated testing, infrastructure deployment, code formatting, performance monitoring. Developers today write less boilerplate code and focus more on architecture, logic, debugging, and reasoning. Real-world example: Netflix uses automated systems for server scaling, error detection, deployment. This allows developers to focus on innovation instead of manual server management. Key insight: automation removes low-level tasks so developers can do high-level thinking. 3. The new developer roles emerging. AI and automation are not removing jobs, they are creating new ones. 1. AI-assisted developer works with AI tools to produce faster, cleaner code. 2. Prompt engineer designs precise instructions for AI tools to generate accurate outputs. 3. Machine learning engineer builds models, handles data, improves predictions. 4. Cloud developer focuses on AWS, Azure, GCP for scalable applications. 5. DevOps and SRE maintains system reliability using automation and monitoring. 6. No-code/low-code developer uses platforms like Bubble, Webflow, Power Apps to create apps quickly. 7. AI ethics and governance engineer ensures AI systems are safe, fair, and compliant with global laws. 4 skills developers must learn for the next 10 years. 1. AI literacy. Understand how AI works, even at a basic level. 2. Problem framing. AI can write code but it cannot define the problem. Developers who can break down problems will thrive. 3. System design. Architect scalable, efficient systems. This skill will always be in demand. 4. Cloud technologies. AWS, Azure, GCP rightward arrow essential for all modern applications. 5. Collaboration and communication. Distributed teams rely heavily on writing documentation, clear communication, remote teamwork. 6. Ethical awareness. AI decisions affect real people. Developers must understand privacy, bias, transparency. Key insight. The best developers are those who combine technical skill with strategic thinking. 5. The fear, will AI replace developers? Short answer, no. Long answer, developers who evolve will thrive, those who refuse change will struggle. AI can generate code, suggest improvements, automate repetitive tasks. But AI still fails at complex system-level thinking, unpredictable bug resolutions, user-centered design, creative solutions, long-term architecture decisions. Real example. ChatGPT can write a login system. But building a secure, scalable authentication architecture still requires human developers. 6. The future developer workflow, 2030 scenario. Here is how coding will look. Developer describes problem rightward arrow AI generates initial code. Developer modifies logic rightward arrow AI suggests optimizations. AI runs automated tests. Developer reviews architecture. AI deploys system. Developer monitors and improves. Developers become strategists, not code typing machines. 7. Opportunities for freelancers in the AI era. AI has made freelancing more competitive but also more profitable. High demand freelance areas. AI integration for small businesses. Automation workflows, Zapier, Make. Custom SaaS development. Cloud migrations. Shopify/Webflow/WordPress using AI tools. API development. AI chatbot creation. Real example. Freelancers using AI deliver work 60 to 70% faster, taking more projects and earning more. Key insight. Freelancers who combine creativity plus AI tools will dominate the market. 8. How companies are evolving their developer teams. 1. Smaller but more skilled teams. AI takes care of repetitive work. Rightward arrow teams depend on strong problem solvers. 2. More focus on design and architecture. Companies rely on developers for system thinking, innovation, scalability, security. 3. Global remote first culture. Developers can work from Pakistan, India, USA, Europe, anywhere. Talent is now global. 9. What developers should start doing today. 1. Learn AI tools. Not optional. 2. Focus on fundamentals. Languages come and go, fundamentals stay forever. Data structures, algorithms, system design, database design. 3. Build real projects. Show skills in action. 4. Learn cloud plus DevOps basics. Every job requires it. 5. Stay adaptable. Technology will keep changing. Your ability to adapt is your real security. 10. Final message to future developers. The future is not scary, it is full of opportunity. AI will not replace you. AI will amplify you. Developers who rise with technology will become faster, smarter, more creative, more valuable. The next decade belongs to developers who evolve, learn, adapt, and lead.